ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਸਗਲ ਦਵਾਰ ਕੋ ਛਾੜ ਕੇ ਗਹਿਓ ਤੁਹਾਰੋ ਦਵਾਰ ਬਾਹੇ ਗਹਿ ਕੀ ਲਾਜ ਅਸ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਦਾਸ ਤੁਹਾਰ। ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਹੁਕਮੀ ਹੋਵਨ ਆਕਾਰ ਹੁਕਮ ਨਾ ਕਹਿਆ ਜਾਈ। ਹੁਕਮੀ ਹੋਵਨ ਜੀਆ ਹੁਕਮ ਮਿਲੈ ਵਡਿਆਈ। ਹੁਕਮੀ ਉਤਮ ਨੀਚ ਹੁਕਮ ਲਿਖ ਦੁਖ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਈਆ। ਇਕ ਨਾ ਹੁਕਮੀ ਬਖਸ਼ੀਸ ਇਕ ਹੁਕਮੀ ਸਦਾ ਭਵਾਈਆ। ਹੁਕਮੈ ਅੰਦਰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਬਾਹਰ ਹੁਕਮ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ। ਨਾਨਕ ਹੁਕਮੈ ਜੇ ਬੁਝੈ ਤਾ ਹਉਮੈ ਕਹੈ ਨਾ ਕੋਏ। ਸਤਿਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਵਾਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਰੂਪ ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਔਰ ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੰਗ ਪਾਈਏ। ਸਾਰੀ ਹੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਬੁਲੰਦ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਜ ਵੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਵੋ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੇ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਜੀ, ਹੁਣ ਅੱਧੇ ਘੰਟੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਵਿਚਾਰਾਂ ਇਹ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ। So with the blessings of the true Guru, ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ, the Jagdi Jodh, the King of Kings and the Hajar Najar, Atak Guru of the universe, Akal Purkh Sache Paatshah Maharaj has blessed us with the ability to attend the Gurdwara Sahib. To attend the Gurdwara Sahib this evening. Akal Purkh Vaheguru Sache Paatshah Maharaj have written this in our karam, in our destiny. Guru Pyare Khalsa Ji, that time where we are connecting to our ithas, meaning our history, or upadesh or bhajans that have been actually set out from the Guru Sahib themselves, or whenever we reflect back on Gurbani, Sache Paatshah says that that individual and at that time that particular time is absolutely priceless, and then there is no one like you at that current particular time. With the blessings of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, we'll be listening and Das will be making an attempt on the second hukam of Shri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Paatshah Maharaj's 52 hukam, which is the 52 commandments. And today's hukam and the second hukam, Sadh Sangat Ji, is Dasvand Dehna. So last week we were blessed where our brother Bhai Amarjit Singh Ji kindly explained the virtues or what Dharam di Kirt is, which is the first hukam. I just want to quickly reflect back on that as well, for some that were not here, but also Sadh Sangat Ji at the same time. Dharam di Kirt, I believe, also links in with today's hukam, which is the second hukam, which is Dasvand Dehna. So therefore, we're not going to be going all the time completely back and forth, but we're just going to try and link them together. Sadh Sangat Ji, first of all, as Bhai Sahib Ji explained last week, and also what Dasmukh Pacha has explained, what Dharam first is. Dharam means righteousness, means the truth. There's many other vichar or kathas that we can do which will go a lot more deeper. into what righteousness and what dharam actually is. But obviously due to time constraints, we will not be able to do that. But dharam di girt, first of all, is this can be given three characteristics or personalities. What is dharam di girt? And obviously righteous could be one of the words, but also honesty. And the last one is dharam di girt is in doing something which is morally correct as per our Guru's way, as per Guru's maryada. Maryada means our code of conduct. So what is positive, what is morally correct in Guru Sahib's way? Each one of these three elements, if one wasn't there, that means that cannot be righteous, that cannot be honest, or it cannot be morally correct. Therefore, that can no longer be considered as dharam di girt. All three of those elements must be in that in order to be dharam di girt. And there's many examples, Sahib Sangat Ji, from our Sakhiyan or through Gurbani. And we may even learn through our life something which is called common sense, where we know what dharam di girt actually is and what the Guru expects from us of dharam di girt. And this doesn't always just have to be involved in a job or employment. Hanji, as Sikhs, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Sache Pacha Maharaj, they've said ki kirt karni is to earn an honest living, but doing it the right way. And there's many ways, but this doesn't always have to be in a job or an employment. Us Sahib Sangat Ji, in this Jivan, when we have taken Janam, we have a duty in our life. And these are many, many duties about setting the right example. To be the example, you need to set the right example first. And that is what Sikhi says, where dharam di girt also comes in. And for example, what we do in our life, our karam, the things that we've accumulated in our life, whether they be good or bad, we're going to reap those rewards. If something positive is going to happen in our life, it's due to us asking for mukti, or to be liberated, or doing something changa in our previous janam or even in this janam. And it's also the things that we Sahib Sangat Ji consume in our life, what we put into our sarir, what we put into our body, the things that we look with our eyes, what we say with our rasana, that we say with our jeev, with our tongue, the things that also we listen to. These also, Sahib Sangat Ji, play a part in our jivan and is also dharam di girt. And when it comes to Sahib Sangat Ji, what is our mission in life or in Sikhi, is to do as much possible bhakti and seva as much as we possibly can. But with this Sahib Sangat Ji, there's no limit. In Sikhi, aspects like bhakti, naam japana, seva karni, there's no such thing as a limit. The more we do, the better it is, but the more we do, it will never ever be enough. That is how great bhakti and seva karni actually is. And once we actually not only do bhakti and seva, but once we understand the actual meaning of this, and this all relates to dharam di girt, then Sahib Sangat Ji, we can begin to conquer the world. But in order to conquer the world, we must conquer our mind first. Manajita, Jagajita, that's what we always recite in Gurbani every single morning. And everything Sahib Sangat Ji all involves into living according to Hukam. Hukam is a command, Hukam is an order from our Gurus. And we can only understand that and live upon it if we actually make an effort ourselves. I just want to quickly touch upon the story of last week, a Sakhi of Pehle Padshah Tan Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, of the time of Bhai Lalo Ji and Malak Pago. As we know, Bhai Lalo was a great Gursikh, very poor, didn't have a great income. However, he had a lot of Shraddha Bhavana inside him. Despite the income that he will used to get or receive, he still used to take out the Dasvand from that. But he used to do that in a righteous way. Even his job of what he did it in a righteous way. The other example, if we look at it, and even an evil example, is of Malak Pago, who was jealous full of hankar, full of ego. And where he wanted things to happen his way, but yet when people wouldn't be able to pay him, he would then see that as disrespect, and he would even go to the extreme as torturing them. Not just verbally, but physically going to torture them as well, imprison them. So obviously, when Sache Paatshah Maharaj, when they both prepared prashada for Guru Sahib Ji, as we know from the Sakhi that we've heard many, many times, that from Bhai Lalo Ji's prashade, Satguru Sache Paatshah, when they squeezed them, milk came out, which signifies purity. And at that time when it came from Malik Bago's prashada, that he had got his chefs to prepare, when Satguru Sache Paatshah squeezed that, out of that Satsang Ji came blood, which represents that he did not do Taram Dikir. And for us Satsang Ji, Taram Dikir is very, very important. Ajkal, obviously me being in our 20s, especially the problem that a lot of, I would say, individuals from the Punjabi Sikh community have in this day and age, living in the United Kingdom, is how they get their money as well. Ajkal Satsang Ji, if you look at sports for example, it is a very easy way to make money through betting. But is that morally correct? According to Gurmat, no, it's not. 100% that's galt. And this is something that a Gursikh should never ever indulge in. And that is not Taram Dikir Satsang Ji. Even for example, when we are going to now linking it into Dasvand, if we are not earning money the right way, can that honestly be considered as Dasvand as well? Because it can only be considered Dasvand, a charitable cause, if we've earned it in a morally correct manner. Which links us on, even if we look at our Jeevan, कि कई लोगों ने और लोगों ਨੂੰ मारिया, ठगया, लुटिया, but is that actually the right way how to do things? Even if we look at, for example, a Panch Kakar, they should be considered as physical reminders for us in order to do things which are morally correct. With our hands, what akare that Dasvand Paatshah has blessed us with these hands, are we serving the Guru Sikhs? With these hands, are we doing Sach di Kamai? Are we doing things properly? Sache Paatshah Maharaj says ki Sahas Syanapa Lakh ho hai ta ikana chalai naal. Hundreds, thousands, millions upon millions of clever tricks people try and play, but Satsang Ji, not even one of them will go along with us in the end, when it all boils down to it. Which links us on Satsang Ji now to the second hukam, which is Dasvand Dehna. Das means a tenth percent. Das, number 10. Devand means to share, and Dehna means to give. But there's many ways how to give as well. Tulsi Das says that if a mother is going to raise a child, then they should have 3 qualities, or even one of the 3 qualities. They say Janani Jane ta Bhagata Jan Ka Data Ka Sur. Janani Jane, which means that if a female is going to give birth, Jane, to a Jan, if they are going to give Janam, Janani Jane ta Bhagata Jan. The first one is that Bhagati. Bacha Bhagat wala Jeevan hove. They should be full of abhyas, full of simran, full of gurbani. Bhakti should be a part of their Jeevan. Bhakti, Naam Japana should always be on their lips and their tongue. Janani Jane ta Bhagata Jan Ka Data. Data is Satsang Ji, a giver, a sevadar. Sevadar of the Guru Kar, Sevadar in Guru Ka Langar, Sevadar of Guru Sikhs, not only just the Sikhs itself, but anywhere, wherever we see someone who's struggling in life, we should do our very best to help them. Janani Jane ta Bhagata Jan Ka Data Ka Sur. Sur, Surma. Your child should also be a Surma. Now in Dasam Granth we come across many types of surme that Dasvand Paatshah names, and one of them, and the biggest one, is a Maharati surma. Satsang Ji, those that even if it comes to fighting against Sabha lakh de naal Sat Sangat Ji Dasvand Dehna ne ek Singh nu ladaya, that not even fighting against just that, but Sat Sangat Ji, the biggest warriors are those who even fight against their own mind. That is Sat Sangat Ji, a true nishani of what a Sudma is when they battle and they overcome and win their own mind through the Guru's blessings. And Sat Sangat Ji, what we must remember is, whilst giving Dasvand, from तुसी सारे काम करने वाले हो, परिवार वाले हो, so you earn money through your jobs and you've done very well to get there, but also you live in a grista jivan, you live in the world where not only do you just get paid, but also that money must go out. Now, when we look at our wage slip as well, you know, we always look at what we've received, but Hamesha, our niggah, our mind, our eyes will also go to the tax, national insurance. Youngsters will understand student loan as well. Money goes out there. I know it's not nice to see on a pay slip, but that's just the way of the land, that's just the way how it is. But Sat Sangat Ji, from that also, it is compulsory that as Sikhs we give a minimum of 10% towards a charitable cause. This Sat Sangat Ji is compulsory for a Sikh. And why is it compulsory? Because Dasvand Dehna put that as a second hukam. A hukam, Sat Sangat Ji, coming back to it again. And not just today, not just last week, but myself and Bhai Sahib will explain many times again what hukam is. A hukam, Sat Sangat Ji, is a command. Ki asi sat karke, sat mean that is the truth. That those bhajans, those instructions, Sat Sangat Ji, are the direct truth. They are direct commands from our Father, Dasvand Dehna, and we must obey them to the best of our ability. Gur Sikhs in the past, Sat Sangat Ji, in Sikhi, not that far back, even in 1984, a courageous Gur Sikh called Bhai Jagmohan Singh used to give 90% of what they used to earn towards charity, and they'll keep 10% for themselves. Tan are great, these type of Gur Sikhs, Sat Sangat Ji, who do the complete opposite, but not only do they give 10%, they give 90% towards a charitable cause and only keep 10% for them. But it's important, Sat Sangat Ji, that whilst we are earning money, that we do not get attached into Maya. What is Maya? Maya not only is just money, Maya can be anything that takes us away from the path of Dharam, the path of righteousness, that path of the Kalp of Vaheguru. And Dasvand is definitely one way that would actually take us to our destination. What is the whole mission of this life is to merge with the Kalp of Vaheguru. Maharaj Sache Pacha says that, for example, we think these things that, I'm not telling no one here to work hard, of course we should work hard. Guru Sahib actually says that, of course we should aspire to be the very best, help others along the way. Earn your money, but also share it along the way. But we get very caught up when it comes to what's going to happen to me when I die. My kapde, my cars, my house, my money. What's going to happen to it? Sat Sangat Ji, we will not take nothing away from here, especially when it's materialistic things. What we do take away are our actions. What we do take away is how much seva we done. What we do take away is how much bhakti we do, and also the paths that we commit in this janam. Maharaj Sache Pacha says ki Baba Maya Saath na hoye, that the wealth of Maya does not go with anyone. Immediately, Satguru Sache Pacha says that straight away. Then Satguru Sache Pacha Maharaj says ki in Maya Jagmohan Virla Bujaya. Now, whenever in Gurbani, when we listen to a pangti which finishes with Rahau, that means that is that particular verse or stanza which has all been concluded in that nutshell within that line. I'm not saying that no other pangti or line in Gurbani isn't important, they are all as important as each other. But that Rahau pangti which is right at the end. That concludes what Satguru Sache Pacha is also trying to say. And in that Pankti, Maharaj says ki Maya is enticing the whole dunya, the whole universe. Those particular individuals who understand the will and the hukam of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, they well and truly understand ki what games are being played and how to stay away from Maya. Satguru Sache Pacha now is talking about is what to do. Ki han hat kar arja sachanam kar vath. Ki make your ever decreasing life, ki every minute, every second, every day that passes by. Satsangaji, we like to think that we're getting older or wiser. But Satsangaji, if we look at it from the bigger picture, it's actually another minute, another second, another day which is taken off our life, which means that we're getting closer to our death. That is the virtual reality of it. And what is Satguru Sache Pacha saying? That from your ever decreasing life, Vaheguru, Akal Purkh's name and Bhakti, make that your merchandise. Make that your bank account. Satsangaji, when Das was studying in the Damdami Taksal, after I finished university, I remember ki our Ustad, our teachers used to say to us that Sikhi is a khajana where you keep on taking and taking and taking. That there's no limit how much you can take, all the fal, all the fruits. That you're basically, as a human being, you're Kali Panda, you're basically empty. And Sikhi is that one thing, one aspect where you can keep on taking and taking and taking. And that is going to be 100% quality that you're going to be taken away from there. Sache Pacha then goes on to explain ki Surta Soch Kar Pand Sal Tis Vich Tis No Rakh, ki make understanding and contemplation your warehouse. And in that warehouse, Satsangaji, Maharaj is not only here just talking about a bank account here or anything like that. Maharaj is talking even bigger scales here. They're saying ki still, that's how such, that's how big, that is the truth, that is the quality, that Akal Purkh Vaheguru's name and Bhakti is the highest of all. And there's many ways, Satsangaji, how we can give Dasvand. Dasvand is not anything that is not Vaheguru, sorry. Dasvand isn't just only which we give from our money. Dasvand is something that we can also give from our soch. Dasvand, Satsangaji, is also that we can give from our body, from our sarir. And how can we do this? Dasvand obviously we call Guru ki golak garib da muh. That the poor person's mouth is the Guru's golak. That is obviously speaking from the money side of things. But also, Satsangaji, how can we do Dasvand with our body? We can do that by doing seva, which is a huge aspect of Sikhi. Through doing seva, Satsangaji, ekani, doni, sovani, kai vari Satsangaji, crore paap mit jande a seva karan de vich. Through doing Langara di seva, Jodeyan di seva, Satsangaji, these are big sevas, Satsangaji, where we can get so much fal from, where we can wash away our paps through Guru Sahib's blessings if we do it the right way. Guru ka langar. Satsangaji, there's not an institution or such a revolution in the world quite like this, which unfortunately the Sikhs have taken for granted in this day and age. Guru ka langar is there for those that are poor, who are going through poverty. That's not just feeding them through food, by clothing as well, Satsangaji. There's so much poverty in this world. But Satsangaji, if we as a Qawm, as a Panth and as an individual truly followed the Hukams and the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, then through Guru Sahib's blessings the Khalsa can wipe away poverty. If we well and truly believed and took those blessings from our Guru themselves. And also, Satsangaji, how can we do this one as well as through Prachar? By if we were to, how do most organizations, Sar Sangat Ji, why are they so successful? Even if we look at in India right now, especially in Punjab, Sar Sangat Ji, bura hal hoya utthe. If you watch TV there, Sar Sangat Ji, most of the adverts would be about how to make your skin lighter or cleaner. Or it would be about shaving, about how to cut away your case. And there'll be billboards everywhere across Punjab. Why? Because they don't like our identity. They don't like the soch of Dasvand Dehna and the Sikhs. And they're using these type of tactics in order to wipe us away from our very roots, that we don't even have our identity. Sar Sangat Ji, even when the Gore went over to Punjab, a few of the first things that they said is first take away the Sikhs' identity, then take away their language. When you take away their language, they can't communicate. When you take away their identity, they won't be able to recognize each other. These were tactics in order to try and break the band from the roots. But those who have come have always failed. Through the Guru's blessings and through Chardi Kala Singh Singhniya Shaheeds. But Sar Sangat Ji, that's where now we need to pump our Dasvand into Prachar. The more Prachar we have, the more Pracharaks we have, Sikhi will flourish through Guru Sahib's blessings. Not just in this town, but everywhere across the universe. We've got many protocols now, Sar Sangat Ji. Not just on stages, we've now got the media. Through channels, through radio stations, through Facebook Live or YouTube channels, we can now achieve many, many things of Sikhi Prachar. But we need to make sure that we help support these causes as much as possible, and Dasvand is one of them. There's many, many great Panthik Jathebandiya that are doing such great seva. Basics of Sikhi, Seek to Inspire, the Sikh Youth UK. Many, many examples here, Sar Sangat Ji, that require support, require your mind, require your body, also require Dasvand. I'm going to quickly tell you a Sakhi as well, Sar Sangat Ji, of Dasvand, because we should also do Dasvand for the Guru Sahib, the Guru Card, but also Sar Sangat Ji, the Sangat itself. This was of the time of Sheme Pacha, Miri Piri de Malak, Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. At that particular time, there was a Gursikh at that time who respected Satguru Sache Pacha so much, and his name was Bhai Kattu Ji. Bhai Kattu Ji used to do so much abhyas, but also seva of the Sangat and Guru Sahib himself. And one time, there was Sangat that was on their way to go and see and get the blessings of Sheme Pacha Tan Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Sache Pacha. And they stayed at that place where Bhai Kattu Ji was. And Bhai Kattu Ji, what they had done is they had prepared prashada for them with so much shavda, bhavna, love and respect, and they served all the Sangat. So then that they weren't hungry and they can then carry on their yatra in order to go and see the vision of Sheme Pacha. But along the way, Sar Sangat Ji, before they got to Bhai Kattu Ji's house, what the Sangat had done is they prepared pots of honey, shared. And what their icha was, in order to give that to Sheme Pacha, that honey. And Bhai Kattu Ji always had Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji in their heart. Through doing abhyas, whenever they used to naam jap, and forever whenever they were serving the Sangat. They were a respected member of the Sangat of Sheme Pacha. And Bhai Kattu Ji said to the Sangat, is that honey that you've prepared, is it okay if I can just have a spoon or just a little bit of that? And the Sangat said, is that no, this is for Sheme Pacha. I'm sorry, we will not be able to give this to you. When the Sangat arrived in the Darbar of Sheme Pacha and they saw Shri Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, they put paise down, they did matha tek and they sat in the Sangat. When it came to the time of giving those pots of honey to Sheme Pacha accepted them. But when they opened the pots of honey, out of that pot, Sar Sangat Ji, wasn't honey, it was kide, it was insects. And they said, Maharaj, when we had prepared all this honey for you, when we were putting it into the jars, it was perfectly fine then. Even on the way, it was absolutely fine. Even when we got here, it was absolutely fine. What happened now? And Shemi Pacha said is, you did not do satkar of the Sangat. I was sitting in the heart of the Sangat of my great Gursikh Bhai Katuji, and when he asked for it, I was asking for it. And when you blank him, when you didn't give it to him, that means you didn't give it to me. So Sat Sangat Ji, there's many teachings that we can take away from this. Akal Purkh Waheguru Sat Sangat Ji resists in the Sad Sangat. We must never ever forget that. When we are doing Langar Di Seva or any Seva downstairs, not only are we doing it just for the Sangat, the Sat Sangat Ji, we should do our very best, because we are also doing Seva of Akal Purkh Waheguru themselves. We should never ever, Sad Sangat Ji, get into ego as well whilst we are giving this Sangat. There's many great Gursikhs. Fine examples, Sad Sangat Ji, of Sangat that will be sitting in this darbar that do give 10% or do give even more than that, Sad Sangat Ji. But we must always try and do ardas that by doing seva and by giving this one through Guru's blessings, that we never ever get into hankar, ki look how much I gave, or look what I did. Because Sat Sangat Ji can get very easy. When we do give this one, sometimes we think, oh, my name wasn't mentioned. But that should never ever be our thought. Satguru Sache Pacha says actually in Gurbani ki Satya Man Santokh Upajay Dehna Ka Vichar, ki contentment, Sat Sangat Ji, is produced by those people who are, giving, that are givers, that are date. But Maharaj says in the next pankti, ki de mangah sahsa guna sob kare sansar, ki they give and they give and they give, but they ask for so much more. And they hope that Akal Purkh Waheguru will then honor them. But Sat Sangat Ji, after we give, we need to mang Maharaj in the right way. There's a pankti also, seva thodi mang bolta, is we do little seva, but then when we come up to Maharaj and we ask for the most biggest things. And what are the things that majority of the time a lot of people will be asking for is maya. Ki minu changi job mil jave. Is may I have this much money in my bank account, Sat Sangat Ji, never. For those things, Sat Sangat Ji, we need to work hard and earn an honest living through that, and to never give up. But we can never ever, Sat Sangat Ji, get into hankar about these things. Aap Sache Pacha, may they save us from hankar, Kam, Krodh, Lomo, hankar, not just the ego itself, but from all the 5 evils. Sat Sangat Ji, just the last thing that I would also like to touch upon is today is the Prakash Dahara of Satme Pacha, Tan Tan Sahib Shri Guru Har Rai Sahib Ji Sache Pacha Maharaj. I'd like to say a happy Gurpurab to the whole Sat Sangat that is here today. There's many blessings and teachings that we can take from the teachings of Satme Pacha themselves. And obviously, due to time constraints, we don't have as much time. Please do join us again next week from 7 o'clock to 7:30, where we'll be going over the 3rd Hukam, which is Bani Kanth Karni, which means to memorize and to learn Gurbani off by heart. That is also, Sat Sangat Ji, a very important Hukam for a Gursikh. So, throughout this last half an hour, if Das has made any mistakes through reciting Gurbani, or through going over our history, or explaining the meanings of Gurbani, or this Hukam as well, of Dasvand Dehna, I beg for your forgiveness. And please do join us again next week. Hath jod ke benti that every person that is here currently in this darbar at the moment is that please bring one more person with you next week. Sat Sangat Ji, the greatest thing that we can do is bring someone closer to Sikhi through Guru Sahib's blessings. The worst thing, Sat Sangat Ji, that we can do is push someone away from Gursikhi push them away from the Gurdwara and push them away from the truth. That is not Sah Sangat Ji, a Gursikh's mentality. We should do prachar as much as we can. That is also a form of doing prachar, is by bringing our brothers and sisters, our friends, into the Guru sanctuary. So, if I made any mistakes, please do forgive me. All Fateh Bulaiye Ji. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki